I am in an ancient woodland, the same woodland that I was in last week. I'm in a little glade today, different part of the woodland, and it is absolutely magnificent. You can probably hear the noise of the birds behind me, and maybe sound of the stream over to my right hand side. It's just absolutely lovely. Anyway, I'm out today and I'm going to do a review of my Vango Folding Gas Stove. This is the stove that I forgot to bring with me in the last video, where I ended up having to cook steak paella on a twig stove in the rain under a tarp. Wasn't great. Anyway, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to cook some burgers on it, and also just going to have a chat just about mindfulness. So, guys, come with me. I'll show you around where I'm at as best I can, and I hope you enjoy the video. Well, folks, the infamous gas stove that I forgot to bring with me last week, the Vango Folding Gas Stove, comes in a bright orange box. I picked this up off of Amazon about a year and a half ago for, I think it's £29, £27, something like that. So not very expensive. Dimensions, not really that sure. I think it's something like 12 centimeters tall by around about 8 or 10, by around about 6 wide. But who cares about the box? It's what's inside that matters. Comes out, and it's tiny, folded up. It weighs 25 grams, so it's not the heaviest of items. To open it up, you just unfold these legs here, where you rest your pan, and then underneath you have 3 legs that open out here. It is a great little stove. The manufacturers, or Vango, claim it'll boil a litre of water in 5 minutes. So I'm going to put it to the test today. I'm only going to boil half a litre, so it's otherwise just wasting gas and wasting water. I've been using this now for a year and a half, and I've used it pretty much everywhere that I've been. So from being at the coast, where it's been quite windy, up mountains, in the snow, in forests, and I've cooked loads of different things on it. So I think there's a video there about 4 weeks ago where I actually cooked steak and sweet potato fries on it, and it was lovely. It was great, really, really good. I've cooked, I don't even know how many breakfasts on it, different types of meals. Obviously, you know, you got your normal boil in the bag type stuff, which I have done, but I have been more adventurous, and I have done proper cooking out in the woods with this, be it omelettes, different types of potatoes, different types of meats. So I've used it extensively, and it's really, really good. Being honest, right, it hasn't got a wind protector around it. It doesn't have a self-igniter. So it's really, really, really basic. But saying that, it's brilliant. When I bought it, I did buy a wind protector. And the wind protector that I bought is also great because I use that in different situations. I've used that with the twig stove. I use it with this. I've used the wind guard even when I just had a small open fire just to keep the wind off it. So I kind of think that I know people rage on about all these jet boils and stuff like that, and I really can appreciate why they're good. However, would I want to spend £100 or near £100 on a gas stove? And the answer is no, I wouldn't. I'd much rather spend 29 quid on this and then maybe 10 quid or whatever it was to get the wind guard. And this has a much more functionality. You know, you can boil your water, you can cook on it, you can use a frying pan, you can use so many different things with it. So this to me is great. Now, I've had mine a year and a half, and it has, or is beginning to suffer little bits of wear and tear. So you can see these legs here are beginning to get a little bit loose. This one's still okay. This one does wobble a little bit. And I have had instances where it's been on the ground and I've been cooking, and the legs have pushed back a little bit and it's toppled over. But, you know, it's so small, it doesn't really matter. Dimensions of this thing, it's only 14 centimeters across here from the supports where you rest your tins or rest your pans on, and it's only 7 centimeters high. So it's not, you know, it's not massive, but it's a great little stove. The way I've used it in the past, if I'm out and about and it is windy, I've just dug a little shell scrape so this can actually sit beneath the level of the wind, and then you rest your pans on top. You can just be a little bit ingenious in how you use it, a little bit more creative. But I love this little gas stove, and if I was given the option again of buying a gas stove when I first bought this one, would I buy a jet boil or something like that? No, I would still stick with this. It's not as fancy as a jet boil, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I can appreciate that. It is what it is, but it's great for what I need. Let's get a gas canister on it and get cooking. Take a look at those bad boys there. They are lovely. Those burgers were absolutely amazing. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get you in closer and we'll do a half-litre boil test, see how long that takes. I've been told, looking at other reviews on YouTube, that the jet boil will boil half a litre of water in around about 2 minutes 15 or so. Now, most videos I've seen, they're actually testing it inside. So I'm outside, I'm not going to use a wind guard or nothing, just going to put the stove up, light it, put it on full blast, half a litre of water, time it, see how long it takes. So put in half a litre. So that's 4.5 minutes to bring it to a hard boil. So folks, it took maybe twice as long to get a hard boil out of this, out of the Vango Folding Gas Stove, than it does with the jet boil. And I don't mind that, and I'll explain why. So, to me, the whole purpose of being outside is about slowing down and just being mindful and being aware of what you're doing and aware of the world around you. And I just think that the world has so many demands placed upon us already, so we're always rushing to be somewhere, or we're rushing to respond to a notification on our phone or an email or something like that. So for me, being out here, I disconnect from the world. I connect with nature. I don't care if it takes twice as long to boil my water, because in the moment that I'm actually heating my water up, I'm just being mindful. I'm aware of what's going on around me. And the process of mindfulness in itself is just to be aware, just to be aware of your surroundings, not to be stuck in your own head, in your own thinking. So to me, jet boils and all these fancy things that cook things in super fast time, I'm not interested. I want to be out here and connecting with nature. I don't even think if I was in a life or death situation, you know, what's the difference in 2 minutes to get something warm inside of you? You know, I know from experience when I was younger that there are times where you are, you know, you don't have time to cook your food, so you're eating your food cold on your go. out of some kind of ration box, something like that. And that's the reality for some people. So yeah, I'm happy being out here and just slowing things down. And if it takes 4.5 minutes or 5 minutes to heat some water for a cup of coffee, well, that's how long it takes. It cost me £29 for the gas stove. The time out here and the peacefulness of this, listening to the birds, the sound of the stream to my right hand side, that's priceless. So I don't see why I'd want to rush that. It's not going to give me any added value to the quality of my life by having a cup of tea or a cup of coffee in twice the time of boiling water. That's my own viewpoint anyway. I'm sure there's lots of you out there will disagree, and you know, that's the great thing, is you're welcome to disagree. You will have your own opinions, and again, I'd love to hear what those opinions are. With this, I have to give a huge shout out to David. So David made a comment last week on my video last week, and he was spot on. So basically, there's not always where I actually tell people where I'm at or what I'm doing, so I don't really do a good intro into the video, and I don't do great thumbnails neither. So I've just been looking at how to make the channel a bit more successful, get to a bigger audience, and you know, and the whole purpose of this channel is what it says on the tin. It's walk, talk, brew. It's I go out for a walk, either by myself or with other people. I talk to people, or I talk to you guys on the camera, and I have a brew. And the underlying element of that is mental health and well-being. That is what this is all about. It's just about mental health and well-being, looking after yourself. So yeah, so a huge shout out to David. Thank you very much for the comment. I hope that today has been a better video for you. So I look forward to hearing your response from that. Also, there's a couple of guys out in there's a guy out in Colorado. Oh my dear, my memory, this is the problem with getting old, is you forget people's names and stuff. Hi Colorado, that's his channel, and he's always out up in the mountains, Colorado, and it is beautiful. So he puts videos up and he comments on my videos, which I really do appreciate, and it's brilliant, and I love that. So yeah, he's a great guy. Puts up some really good pictures, especially on Instagram, so definitely worthwhile seeing what he does as well. He also plays guitar. He's quite a talented guy, and he sings. So two things I can't do: can't play the guitar, can't sing, and that's one thing I ain't ever gonna inflict upon you guys. Folks, hope you've enjoyed the video. I've actually really enjoyed today. It's been nice being out and not moving around so much, just actually doing a bit of cooking and talking about what I'm doing. So I really enjoyed that, especially talking about mindfulness. That's something that's really important to me and my own mental health. So if that's something you enjoy the outside, you enjoy cooking, you enjoy some reviews, you enjoy just this fantastic space of nature where we can just connect with nature, just be mindful and relax, do bushcraft type things, and yeah, just thrive in this environment, please subscribe. It's massively appreciated. Again, like, share, leave a comment, it's all good. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and chat next time.